We conclude today the 11th letter. This letter, the Alter Rebbe has set the bar very high, that we need to believe absolutely in joyous bereshis is the words. It's actually in the Aleinu prayer, meaning the Creator from the beginning of everything, beginning that there was, before there was a beginning, there was only but God. Nothing, as we call it, because we have no experience for it, we have no understanding of it. God. And from there, he creates every moment, constantly, something from nothing, from his divine wisdom that's embedded in creation. That means every moment is a Kodak moment because God is creating it. What does that mean? So the Alter Rebbe now goes, as he concluded yesterday, the Kodak moment that God is creating every moment means that there's strength and gladness where God is at all times. Therefore, the Alter Rebbe says, an individual has to be happy and joyous every time, every moment. Truly to live by faith that God is animating this moment kindly towards me. But a person who grieves or laments, demonstrating that they're undergoing hardship, they're going through suffering, meaning they're lacking some goodness. What is the Alter Rebbe says that this is heaven forfend like a heretic, because you're denying God's omnipresence, that God is here in this moment. That's why the sages of the truth, the Kabbalists, were very, very careful in not being sad, rejecting that trait entirely. Therefore, the truly faithful are not perturbed and they don't suffer whatsoever. As I mentioned, this is a high bar. They don't suffer whatsoever in respect to matters, mundane matters, meaning health, livelihood. Okay, good. Relationship with God is a different thing. But the Alter Rebbe says, whoever doesn't have an equanimity, whether you have or you don't have, is the same. Doesn't make a difference. That demonstrates that you're from the mixed multitude, the Erev Rav, who act but for themselves. Very, again, strong statement. They act but for themselves, out of self-love. This is why the person who desires life of the flesh, meaning that which is good for them, that's what they desire, that's what motivates them. Alter Rebbe says a very strong word here, I don't understand it. It's indeed better that they would not have been created. That's a very strong phrase. Why? Because the main purpose of a person's creation in this world is to be tested with trials and tribulations in physical physical things, to ascertain in where our heart is. Has our heart turned away from Hashem, or is our heart towards Hashem? Is our heart towards the passions of the body, which evolved from the negative side, from Sitra Acher? Or is our desire to live with God? And to live with God, that means this moment is being animated with God, by God, and whatever He's giving is from Him. So a person has to truly believe that that which is coming to them at this moment and in every moment is really coming from God. It's not coming from the negative side, but this is coming from God. And if you truly believe it, the Alter Rebbe says, then everything becomes ultimately good, revealed good. In other words, everything is good, but it might not be a revealed good. The Alter Rebbe is saying that if we really believe this, then ultimately we will be able to see the revealed good. This is amazing. Look at the power we have. What an empowerment the Alter Rebbe is giving us. That we're capable of dealing with hardships, with suffering, and to look it in the eye and say that this is from Hashem and truly be joyful. And that indeed what will happen is that we'll be able to see the revealed good ultimately. Because this faith is that when one believes that this is what is manifestly seems to be negative, seems to be bad, the fact is it's a supreme good from God because it's coming from the divine wisdom, which transcends anything of the world to come. And this faith, a person will be truly absorbed and be able to sublimate themselves and to be connected to the supreme good of God in a way that it will become palpably good in a revealed way. That is, it's easier to teach than it is to live. But at least we know where the bar is set, as I mentioned in yesterday's class. It's a very high bar, and it's not about achieving this in a perfect way. It's about going in this direction. All right. Anna from Budapest, good morning. From New Brunswick, a fellow Canadian, Leanne. Ari from Miami. Peter from Thailand. Oh, welcome, Amsterdam. Okay. Cecilia, good morning. Sarah Malka, thank you for joining. Cindy from Florida. Chabad for Marfa, Texas. Okay, well, reach out. Una from Iowa. Marilyn from Delaware. Brittany from Oregon. Helena from Kiev. Diane asked a very good question. Can one not be sad for the loss of a spouse? Excellent question. Absolutely. We're supposed to mourn them. There's laws of mourning. So we do mourn. We are pained by a loss of a loved one. Or even, the question is, are we the question is, we mourn because we're connected and we feel the loss of that person. We don't become debilitated. We don't become having less strength having less faith in the goodness of God. This is the paradox. And all truths come in paradox. And thank you, for Diane, for this question. We have complete trust and faith that it's all good. And at the same time, we feel the pain of loss. Not a contradiction. And if we can have both, we can have both at the same time. Thank you for asking that. When Mashiach comes and all good is revealed, will there still be personal tests to go through? Seemingly not. Seemingly not. Good question. Shoshana is with us from Jerusalem. Okay, Clem, thank you for giving greetings from Rabbi Levi Jaffe in Brisbane. Please send back greetings. Leanne struggles with this. We all struggle with this. Yes, Brittany, very good. Yeah, loss of life is hard to process. Many people don't die of natural causes, and the tragedy causes people emotional turmoil. Right? So again, there's this paradox. On the one hand, you are not, let's see, you're pained by the loss. You're not, what's the word? Lost by it. And I have to figure out the right terms for this. But the paradox does exist. Absolutely. All right, folks. Sharing is caring. Is a heavy one to share. Please do. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you just outside my home. Wishing you a wonderful day. All the best.